Good day, good afternoon everyone, this is ViperAS for Viperland, and today I'm going to show how to solo Dragon Soul in World of Warcraft. This is after 6.0 comes out, but before Warlords of Draenor. So this will be a bit easier in Warlords of Draenor at level 100. I also completely forgot to switch to my DPS spec. This will be easier at level 100, but there is still one fight in here that comes to mind that's probably going to be about the same level of challenge because it's a very mechanical fight. So that would be Spine of Deathwing, and no amount of over-leveling something is going to make that one different from what it is now to the best of my knowledge. So I'm going to try this as my DPS spec. If that doesn't work, I'm probably going to switch halfway. You viewers may or may not notice that, because I'd probably cut it out. So the first, as somebody who wasn't playing this game during Cataclysm, this is a really cool raid. I'm kind of sad that I missed this, just in terms of how it looks, the lore and the ideas behind it. This place is pretty cool. Especially as somebody who did play a lot of Lich King, doing stuff in this area and everything, really awesome. So this first boss, he does have an ability that can do a lot of damage. Realistically, if you have any way to have a tank spec, or to distract him, or to mitigate damage for a few seconds, you can spot it coming. What I'm probably going to do is, after a few seconds, I'm going to bring out my army. I'm going to do it now. And if things are looking bad, I'll probably pop my, what's it called? Icebound Fortitude. Otherwise, it's not really that difficult. I'd also like to point out, I'm doing this on Heroic, though I've never done this on Heroic before. So, that could be a thing. I've done this a few times on Normal. I'm actually going to pop my Gift of the Naru. Well, most classes have some ability to heal themselves. It's that stomp that does it, by the way. So if you see him casting a big stomp, you can just fix that. Not fix it, you can pop your defensive cooldown, like Icebound Fortitude, Gift of the Naru, whatever, a potion, whatever you have to take a hit or two. But as you can see, and I'd like to point out, I am eye level 544, which is nothing spectacular. I have never done anything above flex rating when that was a thing. I did get the new weapon from Upper Blackrock Spire, and armor, and the thing from the opening of the, not the opening of the Iron Invasion. So, I mean, I am not a super well-geared guy. So this is definitely doable by many people. So, once you beat that first guy, you go into the temple, and you can click one of two dragons. I went to the left just because. Doesn't really matter what order you do these guys in. I just picked this one. Really hoping it pops the, there you go. So you pop down here, pops the parachute for you. And you go about killing the ads. They really aren't much of a threat at all. Like, at all. So, we'll just take these guys down. Honestly, I don't know if you have to. I've never tried it without. I don't know if they aggro and screw something up. But whenever I'm in a boss room, I personally would rather take everything down. It doesn't hurt that they drop a bit of coin either. Never a bad sign. Not a ton, but it adds up. So, clearly I'm doing this as DPS spec. Many people may either only have a DPS spec or want to do it as like a tank spec. Tank spec would probably be able to do this even easier than I am. It would just take a little longer. You'd be far less worried about any incoming damage. Well, that said, if you're one of the people with like 580 item level or whatever, it probably won't matter either way. And again, if you're watching this video after the release of Warlords of Draenor and you're level 100, any of these first bosses are going to be utterly trivial. Like, as it is, they're fairly easy for me, but they would be completely trivial for level 100, I imagine. Except Spine of Deathwing. I'm going to give that its own video so people looking for just that will be able to find it. That one, since it is a mechanical fight, is different. Alright, so for this guy, I've already cleared the room of trash. I wiped on him once on Heroic with my DPS spec, so I switched it back to normal just because. Didn't want to let my trying to be flashy overwrite my ability to actually make this video. So somebody who may know the mechanics of this fight better would probably be able to do it even on heroic, and if they're geared. I don't know the mechanics outside of just randomly soloing it, and I am not better geared, so we're going to do it this way. So on non-heroic, he doesn't really have too much to worry about. If you have any ability to sustain yourself, he's going to do a little bit of damage, but you just occasionally pop a heal or a death strike, whatever, and he's going to go pretty quick. He doesn't stay up too long. Though he definitely still does some damage, so it's not negligible, but it's manageable. And down he goes. Alright. Once you finish killing the guys in here, there's a nice handy portal back to Wormcrest Temple. So now that we've taken down that guy,
a single general remains.
Now they'll only highlight the one that you still need to use, which is very handy. I'm gonna see if they really quick have I was looking for food or something, but I'll just I'll heal off the other guys. So this is the one that has the different oozes. Realistically, if you have any gear whatsoever, you're probably going to take this guy down before the oozes even become an issue at all. But, per usual, it's always a habit of mine, at least, to clear around a boss before killing him. I could probably take the boss in these guys, especially if I went to my tank spec, but I don't want to have to deal with that. I'd rather just kill the things. And I'm still not really used to Horn of Winter lasting an hour, so I occasionally just flip back to it just out of years of habit. Oh, sweet. Are those BOE? Yes. So that's another great thing about this. I mean, a lot of people are going to come in here because there's, I believe, 2 or 3 mounts that can drop in here. But if you loot the stuff, you can probably make a bit of coin. There's a few BOEs, there's definitely a few plans. I mean, different servers, different economies may or may be worth a little less, but on the server I think that each of those plans goes for roughly 200 to 400 gold. It's not shabby. I've seen a few lucky sells go for like 1,000, but that's not a common thing. And there you go, is that another BOE. It says it's about 400 down there, so that's not bad either. Nice to make a bit of coin in here. As somebody who doesn't really work the auction house too much, it's good to have. So here we go. We got Mr. Skittles Achievement Dude, and he does even less damage than the previous guy. Really, he's not much to worry about. He will summon the ads, and maybe I'll pop this just to burn him a little quicker, but... And you know what, I'm going to pop that and that. I always forget I have cooldowns, I should use them. But he doesn't last too long, he's gonna, there you go, Call Blood. And you will be able to attack the oozes and prevent them from getting to him, but at the same time, it's not that bad. He's going down very quick, and they're probably not at all going to even get to him. So there you go. And we've got our portal back is where... Ah, there we go. And a lot of the stuff in here, I like the way the transmogs look. I guess nothing really flashy has dropped yet, but... I like a lot of the transmogs from the Cataclysm era. Okay, so when you take down the left and the right, you'll get one for the center, and it's going to send you to the top of the Wormcrest Temple. So we're heading on up. And there's a lot of, I mean, I understand lore-wise, and they want it to be epic. There's a lot of conversations and stuff like that that you can't really skip that goes on in this place, but you kind of get used to it. So we fly on up here, and people are going to talk for a bit. Alright, so as off, you don't actually even have to talk to him. Once they're done with their conversation, he just opens a portal to the Eye of Eternity. Simple enough, click it, and when you're ready to start the boss fight, click on the Focusing Iris. This is another boss, pretty easy to burn down, but a slight mechanic, I guess, technically. But once you click the Focusing Iris, there you go. She pops out with a few waves of people, I don't remember how many. They're not very tough. They go down pretty quick, and when you kill one wave, another's going to pop out. until eventually she comes down and decides to actually fight. Till then, just kill a few of these guys, few elementals, few random dudes. And of course she's going to taunt you the whole time, because clearly you can't kill a few waves. You'd figure after the first wave they'd go, crap, this person can actually, or a group of people as it was supposed to be, can actually kill these. If that root could go away, that would be pretty awesome. Alright, and I think this is the last wave. Yep, here she comes. So at first, it's kind of just damage, DPS. Hit her with whatever you got. And eventually, she's going to do, assuming it's a health-based thing. No, it might not be. I guess its first special would be it. So if I don't kill her in time, which I may or may not. Also, that thing hits pretty hard. Come on. And there you go. If she were to do her special, she would go invulnerable, and she would make several targets on the outside of this ring. You'd have to go around, hit the targets. I mean, there's going to be a bit of AoE and stuff going on over there that will hurt you, but it's also dodgeable. If you go clockwise, there'll be waves that are also going clockwise, and you can just kind of match your speed to theirs, and really take no damage from it at all. When you break the 4 things on the outside, she'll go vulnerable again, and actually be stunned for a time. So that is your time to wail on her, and there's really not much you can do after that. When you come back through, then you talk to this guy, and another RP thing starts. It goes on for 40 seconds, so I'm going to skip it in the video. Alright, and as Thrall says, we speak to him when we're ready to begin. This is fairly simple. I guess you could call it a gauntlet before a boss fight, technically. A bunch of these shadowy blue-purple drakes come out of here. Deathwing taunts you, of course. I guess I could have skipped that, but whatever. So they're going to shoot fire that'll lay across the ground. If you listen to the RP, they tell you you have to protect them. You really don't. I've never had any issue with that. So don't stand in the fire. If you're ranged, this is super easy. If you're not ranged, their health is pretty abysmal. Like one ranged, like if you even have like a throw or something, even my my Howling Blast pretty much 2-shots them. Another handy thing is if you have the ability to taunt them, they will come down to the ground. So those are really the ways you can do it. You either ping at them at range, which is pretty simple to do, or you taunt them, they come to the ground, and you kill them that way. Not too challenging. If you stand it, even if you stand in the fire, it's not that bad. And only certain ones become targetable. So if we're looking around for them, there we go. So here, just do 2 shots and he goes down. Or we can taunt him, and he comes to the ground. Some of them will by default come to the ground. Let's see, I got another taunt. No, I'm not in tank spec. So again, it's doing about 2,000 per tick in the fire, and as soon as they die, the fire goes away, so it's not too bad at all, actually. It stings a bit, but... Let's see. We got 10 left. There he is. Drop that, kill that guy. Like, I get the thematic point of this, but it tends to kind of drag on. It goes on longer than it needs to, I think. But I imagine back in the day this was tense and stressful and all that stuff. But at level 90, not so much. And we got what? 5 left? 4 left? And when this is done, I think we need to... I don't remember if it starts on its own or if we have to talk to somebody, but then it'll start an actual boss fight. This guy, pull him down. Tag him for the health. Come on. There's one of them. 1 left, it says, and that would be him there. Sometimes even if it says 0, there's still like 1 left, but usually they go away. Alright, so all the little guys go away, and I think it just starts. And Deathwing, of course, has to taunt before all of this. So when Deathwing's done taunting for a little while, you kind of chill on this ledge, and boss will come in. Even this guy's got to taunt you for a while. There's a lot of taunting in this raid. Alright, so I guess he'll be active in a few seconds. We're gonna pop that guy, and this one, just because I kind of want to see a giant stone version of this dude, if possible. Now this guy, I know there is a ability to go in and out of the Twilight, but you really don't need it. And I guess if you're the tanks, which you'd always be in this case, since you're soloing something, you get a buff from that too. So, makes the fight even easier. He goes down fairly quickly, and there we go. Once he's down, shame no stone for him, we get loot from a chest. And let's see what we get. No Drake. He is one of the guys that can drop him out. Once he's down, should be the boat coming up. There's another bit of people talking.
Our fate lies with you, Earthwater.
Karen, Agra, I will not fail you. I will not fail this world.
And we get a cinematic. I'm going to skip it for the sake of this, actually. Alright. After the cinematic, head on to the boat, talk to the Sky Captain, and you will head out to the next boss. I take it back. You have to talk to him again to start the boss. Here we go. So, there's a handful of waves in this before the actual boss. None of it super challenging. More taunting, of course. It's definitely it's the theme of a lot of raids, but in this one, it's a lot of, you can't stop us, heroes, but I guess you can. So they'll drop big guys with swords, kill them. More big guys with swords, kill them. They'll occasionally drop sappers. They die in pretty much one hit, but it is important to aim for them first. If you have deadly boss mods, that'll pop up. We also have the harpoon on the Twilight Drakes. So, they'll come down, kill them. And sometimes you'll see Twilight Assault area on the ground. Don't stand in that area. It hurts. But it takes so long to actually land there, it's really difficult to get hit by it. So you'll notice the Twilight Sappers coming in. Dragon will drop them, they'll stealth, and then reappear a little ways away. Just tag them, they go down.
5, 4, 3,
more elites
2,
coming in.
1.
La-di-da. There you go, Twilight Onslaught, just stay out of that. A few more elites come in, they drop. And the priority should pretty much always go to these harpooned drakes, because once these guys are down, that's what spawns the actual boss. So now you'll notice 2 left, that means 1 more rotation of this, and the boss comes in.
3, 2, 1.
Twilight Sapper,
4, 3,
just kind of peg that guy right there. And we're waiting for the drakes. Come on. since this was tuned for, you know, a content expansion ago, there can be a little bit of downtime sometimes. Come on.
5, 4, 3, 2,
5, 4,
Alright, so we got some elites and we've got a sapper. I'm just gonna drop that to take out the sapper. Or not, actually. Figured it would. Alright, so we've got the last 2 drakes. We take these suckers down. And the actual boss will come down.
Looks like I'm doing this myself.
And I just popped the army for the hell of it. Not really necessary on this guy, but unusable on the next boss, so I figured, why not? So for this guy, when he puts down the big twilight flames, don't stand in it. Pretty simple. Shockwave you could move away from if you want. I don't really care because he's going to die anyway, but you could. There you go. So he dies and it should do another cinematic, I think? Either that or when we talk to the dude it'll do a cinematic. Yep, that's it. Alright, so I'm going to end this video here, and the next video is going to be dedicated just to Spine and Madness of Deathwing, because I believe at least the Spine definitely deserves its own video. Thank you for watching, and tune in to the next video to find out how to solo those ones.